What's up, guys? I'm Jozzie, and this is my reaction to the Arsenal game, Leeds United versus Arsenal. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I thought the game was a weird one. We started really well. We had a really good 30 minutes, an intelligent game plan from Javi, but it was the kind of game plan that needed us to score first to actually work. And when we give the penalty away and went behind, the game plan needed to change, but it didn't. Javi kept the same game plan for about 60 minutes. And by that point the game was kind of done. So I thought he settled really well in the first sort of 30 minutes, but that kind of soaking up pressure and nicking a goal, you actually do need to get the goal. But we just didn't do that. Somerville was so good that first half. He was absolutely electric. He was just causing Ben White so many problems. He probably should have done better with one of the chances, and we could have took the lead from that. But he just looked like he was in a different wavelength to everyone else. There's been a bit about Somerville in the press this week about him and his maturity, and I thought he looked really good. He was the best player on the pitch for that first half, for sure. Now Ben White, I thought, was incredible. I think kind of a man of the match performance, and obviously as Leeds fans we know Ben White is so quality. He was so good for us in the promotion season, and he always seems to have really good games against us, which is quite annoying, because Leeds fans absolutely love Ben White. We think his quality, but he put in an absolutely wonderful performance that second half, and Somerville kind of didn't get the same kind of sort of freedom against him in that second half. Probably something that Arteta mentioned to the team, to Arsenal, at half time. Other points, I've written down a few notes throughout the game. One of them I wrote down was that Sinisterra just didn't look fit. Maybe it's too soon, but I mean, he doesn't look interested either, and it just makes me wonder, is he like the kind of character we need in a relegation fight? And I don't know. Obviously Cine hasn't played much at all this season, and he's been very inconsistent in terms of his game time. So he probably is quite unfit, but it's just looking like another one of them signings that just doesn't really work. Which is unfortunate because he's such a talented player, and you can see that there's talent in there, but he just looked so unfit, so sort of, he just looked like he couldn't do any of the pressing and stuff like that, and I think he should have probably been withdrawn at half time and replaced with someone like Rodrigo, or put McKennie on and like move Aronson out onto the wing or something like that. But yeah, I thought Firpo looked really confident in the first half as well, going forward. He's looking like a different player. I don't really have any complaints about Firpo. On the other full-back, though, Luke Ayling was absolutely dreadful. Now, this is obviously we're kind of used to Luke Ayling errors because they're quite common now. I mean, he made 3 mistakes that led to 3 of the 4 goals, and I just think we need a new starting right back. I think Luke Ayling's been a brilliant servant to the club. He was immense during the promotion season, and then he was really good as well during the season we finished 9th. But I just don't think he's got it anymore. He's too prone to errors. and obviously Christensen is kind of a weird one. I think he'll come good, to be honest. There's the signs that he's a good player. So I think we should have just let Ayling, phased him out over this season, but the club have offered him a new contract because he played well for 2 games, so they thought, let's give him a new contract. Similar thing has happened to Adam Forshaw. He got a new contract because he played, really well when he came back from injury, and then he just has disappeared again. Ayling's kind of a different thing. He's got the new contract, and then he's back to being a liability. I thought Meslier was awkward again. The one where he came out of his box and cleared it, he just needs to boot it out. Instead, he kicks it back into play, and they nearly score a goal that Johnny scored for Wolves last game, and he just doesn't look confident at all. Meslier obviously was talking midweek about moving on. So are we going to look at getting a new keeper in, and maybe a more mature keeper who's got a bit more to his game? I thought the second half was dreadful, to be honest. The first 25 minutes were awful. I think we sort of came back into the game around the 70th minute. Obviously Christensen got one, and that's 2-2 now for Christensen. So he seems to be one of our more clinical players, and I think it is time for Christensen to start at right back and Ayling to move on to the bench, because I know a lot of people are raising their eyebrows at Drama being out, and there is the argument that he's young, and do you want to be relying on a young player like Drama during a relegation fight? But from what we've seen, Luke Ayling, has Luke Ayling got what it takes to fight during this kind of tough period? I don't think so, to be honest. I think Christensen Drama is the way forward, but I also think we need a new starting right back, one who is quality. I still think we need a left back. Whilst Firpo has been absolutely immense over the last few games, I do think Firpo should be a second choice left back. We need a starting left back who's quality. We need a starting right back who's quality, with Christensen Drama to back him up. We're just lacking in the full back positions and in the defensive positions too. I think we need an upgrade on Koch. I think he's been brilliant this season, but I think we need a better right-sided centre-back to match up with Vuba. Obviously, there's no shame in losing to Arsenal. It's just the way we lost, the mistakes, the individual errors, conceding early into the second half, conceding from a penalty after his game plan was going really well until that point. It's just disappointing. And results really haven't gone our way. We definitely need a result. We need a win against Forest. As of recording, we're not in the relegation zone, but Everton haven't played as I'm recording this, so we could be in the relegation zone by the time Leeds actually play Forest. So, yeah, we need a win against Forest, but let's write this game off. Nobody expected anything. A point would have been immense, but it was never going to happen, and I didn't expect anything. But Forest, I'm expecting a win, and Leeds need to win. It's not, let's get a point. It's, we need to start to attack, and we need to get a win. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Tell me what you thought of the game in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Make sure you like and subscribe. It would really help me out. And I will see you guys in the next video.